What's up, boys? MLB The Show 22. It's almost here, man. We're so close. I'm getting real antsy about it. I want to get my hands in the game so bad. So I gotta wait a day, 12 hours, 5 minutes, and 35 seconds here. So yeah, it's coming around the corner here. But yeah. So we're gonna be talking about in today's video the best couple of teams to go ahead and play with in MLB The Show 22. This could apply to franchise mode, online. It's gonna be kind of online mode. Kind of rank these based on how good the team is, and it's kind of the positional and depends on how you kind of play. You guys will understand what I'm talking about as I dive into some of these teams, but it's not necessarily just the top 10 teams in the MLB. So yeah, let's go. We're gonna go ahead and hop in this video though, but if anyone is new, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn your post notifications. Those are things really do help me out. So I'd appreciate if you guys would do those three things. Just bare minimum though. Like the video. It takes like 2 seconds out of your day. So I really would appreciate if you guys would go ahead and leave a like on the video. But let's go ahead and talk about some of these here. We're hopping to MLB 21. And just to kind of take a look at these rosters, they are updated. So we go ahead and kind of take a look at some of these teams here. So, all right, let's take a look at team number 10 here. We're going to go and take a look at this one. This is one of the positional kind of teams, depending on how you play. If you guys are a very good hitter, but are not very good at pitching, the Milwaukee Brewers are going to be the team you are probably going to want to go ahead and use. They have some decent hitters, but anything too crazy. I mean, they got Colton Wong, Willie Adams, Christian Yelich, Andrew McCutchen now on the squad. Urias, Hunter Renfroe. They got a bunch of these different guys here. Omar Narvaez over here. So Lorenzo Cain down there. They have Keston Herrera, who should be higher overall than that. But their pitching is great. Their pitching is amazing. The Milwaukee Brewers, they have Corbin Burns, Brandon Woodruff, Freddie Peralta. They have some great pitchers on their squad that you guys can go ahead and use. So they have the top tier pitchers in the game. So if you are not very good at pitching, but are a good hitter, the Milwaukee Brewers are a team you might want to go ahead and use. Just mess around with them, see if they work out pretty well for you. So that is what number 10 on the list here. So not top 10 team in the MLB, but it's a good team to use if you kind of fit that description right there. So all right, let's take a look now at team number 9 here. This is going to go ahead and be the Houston Astros. So a lot of people not happy with the Astros still, but Kyle Tucker here. They have I'm horrible with names, man. So if I mess them up, don't be surprised. Yeah, Yulier, Jose Altuve. Jordan Alvarez is a big one there. Jeremy Pena, Michael Brantley, Alex Bregman. So you have all pretty much their big names still on the squad. So a lot of good players on their team still. So and then pitching is not anything too crazy. I mean, they got Lance McCullers. Just really, maybe this is the team where if you're good at pitching, but bad at hitting, the Houston Astros could be a pretty good one to go ahead and run with. But it's not anything too crazy, I don't think, for the Houston Astros. But it's not a horrible team. It's one that could definitely be used. So, all right, let's go ahead and take a look at team number 8 here. We're gonna take a look at the San Francisco Giants. So the Giants here are a solid team. They have Tommy La Stella, Brandon Belt is a big one, Mike Yastrzemski, Evan Longoria, Brandon Crawford, Joey Bart, Jock Peterson. There's a couple of good names here. Pitching, I don't think is anything too crazy either. Actually, yeah, they have Carlos Rodon, Logan Webb. They have some good pitchers too. So it's kind of just a mid team. It's not anything too crazy. I think it's a little bit better than the Brewers and the Astros, but we're starting to dive in now to some of the top teams that I kind of really want to dive into here. We're taking a look at the New York Mets. So the Mets here, kind of disappointment last year, but they should be actually pretty good this season, maybe. They have Brandon Nimmo, J.D. Davis, Sterling Marte now, Francisco Lindor, Francisco Alvarez, Robinson Cano, Pete Alonso, and Kana. So they got a pretty solid team, man. I mean, look at all these hitters. So Sterling Marte, Francisco Lindor, Francisco Alvarez. I mean, Pete Alonso. There's some big names here on this New York Mets squad. And I mean, look at these pitchers, man. Jacob deGrom and Max Scherzer. Pretty good for the New York Mets, I must say. This is a very, very good New York Mets squad that you guys could potentially be running with here. I definitely would. I'd be scared if I played the Mets in this game here. So let's go ahead and take a look now at the Atlanta Braves. So Atlanta Braves are number 6 on my list here. So let's go ahead and take a look now at the squad here. So they got Ronald Acuna, Ozzy Albies, Matt Olson is a big one, Austin Riley, Marcell Ozuna, Adam Duvall, Dansby Swanson. I mean, there's a lot of big names on this team that will be some pretty damn good hitters. So pitching rotation here is not anything too strong, so that's kind of why they're not higher on the list here. But they do have Charlie Morton, so you know, it's not horrible. Relievers are okay. Closing is pretty good. Colin McHugh. So Let's go ahead and move on, though, to number 5 on my list here. Let's go ahead and go with the Chicago White Sox. I like the White Sox squad a little bit here, man. Tim Anderson, Yoan Moncada, Luis Roberts, Eloy Jimenez, Jose Abreu. And, yeah, so they got a lot of good hitters on this team here. And pitching is solid as well here. They got Lance Lynn. So they have a really good one there. They got Michael Kopech as well. So he can get a little bit glitchy sometimes, but they got a pretty decent squad here that I'm liking a little bit here. Relievers, you got Liam Hendricks and then Joe Kelly there at closers. So some good hitters along with some good relievers. So they kind of barely cracked my top 5 here. So that's what I like quite a bit. The Tampa Bay Rays is my number 4 on this list, although they could have easily made the top 3. I mean, look at this squad, man. Ronald Franco's a big one. Big name that a lot of people are going to want to use. So that's a big reason why you guys would probably use this is because of Wander Franco. But Mike Zunino, Austin Meadows is another one that you guys can go ahead and use. They also have for pitchers, Tyler Glasnow, Corey Kluber. I mean, great pitching. And they have Nick Anderson at closer. So a lot of good pitchers on the squad as well. So a lot of good names on this Tampa Rays team that can do a lot of damage to your opponent. New York Yankees is number 3 on my list here. So let's take a look at the lineups here. So they got Gleyber Torres, Anthony Rizzo now, Giancarlo Stanton, Aaron Judge, Jason Dominguez, Josh Donaldson, and Joey Gallo. I mean, you can't get much worse than this, or much better than this. But, I mean, look, Joey Gallo, man, Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, this is crazy, man. Gleyber Torres a little bit slept on, too, so, even though he didn't have a great season. But Garrett Cole there at starting pitcher, I mean, you're going to have a very, very good game with Garrett Cole. The other ones, though, are a little bit weak. I mean, their pitching is definitely weak, but they got to roll the Chapman down there at the closer. So you have a really good starter and a really good closer, but not really anything. You don't have much depth at pitching, so that kind of sucks. But that's really the only downside to why they're kind of number 3 on the list. But number 2 here, I have the Toronto Blue Jays here. So Blue Jays here, Bo Bichette, Vladimir Guerrero is a huge one, George Springer, Teoscar Hernandez, Matt Chapman. I mean, there's just so many studs on this team. I mean, you're going to be hitting bombs with this Blue Jays team for sure. I love this team a ton. I mean, their pitchers are even great. I mean, look at these pitchers. Relievers and closer, though, not the greatest, but they do have some good starters on the squad, which kind of helps. But the relief and closer, you know, it's kind of why this team is not number 1. So, but the number 1, I mean, it's pretty obvious who this team is going to end up being, man. It's going to be the Los Angeles Dodgers. They're going to be number 1 on the list, obviously. I mean, Mookie Betts, AJ Pollock, Trey Turner, Cody Bellinger, Will Smith, Freddie Freeman, Chris Taylor, Max Muncy. I mean, look at this squad, dude. It's insane. They don't have anyone worse than 87. So this isn't the official ratings for MLB 22, by the way, but still, I mean, this team's insane, man. I mean, even the pitchers here. You got Walker Buehler, Clayton Kershaw, Arias. I mean, it's insane, man. Closers, Blake Trinian. I mean, you really can't go wrong with that Los Angeles Dodgers team, especially if you're trying to win. I mean, best team of the game for sure. I don't think there's going to be anyone beating them out there. They also have Justin Turner down there, who I also forgot to mention. I mean, no one worse than 83 on the squad. I mean, top 8 too, 87 pluses. I mean, it's insane. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 6 90-plus overalls. Pretty crazy. The Dodgers squad, I don't think that was going to surprise anyone there, but that's pretty much going to do it for today's video, man. I seriously do appreciate you guys watching. Again, if anyone is new, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications. It takes like 2 seconds out of your day to go ahead and leave a like, so I really would appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.